have learned a lot for our marketing knowledge. There are a lot of informations we have gained during the advertisement and the sensitiveness of this marketing. So we have come up with a new concept that we all know that SEO about what is the organic marketing and organic search engine optimizations. And since some time behind, the lot of changes has begun. Whenever we have introduced to the AI systems has been introduced to search engines, like we are, like most of us are getting used to it with some LLM platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini and all, right? So could you please hand up how many of you are like using ChatGPT in your regular day-to-day life for searching anything or any LLM platforms? Like I can see most of the people are using that thing, right? So yeah, thank you. So whenever we as a marketer, we promote any website, we are optimizing any website for search engines, we were like targeted to some keywords that people used to search for their business, for their services, for their like products and all. But whenever this AI things has been introduced to the searches, the scenario, the search behavior has been changed a lot. Why? Because it was typically focused on some keywords to move to some like synthetic searches, like it is become from short tail keywords to the long tail phrases or the sentences that we use for search, like anything on any this kind of platforms. Sorry. So yeah, that's what I was just talking about. The search behavior has been changes to like normal searches to synthetic, like synthesis searches. So what does it mean? Like whenever we search on Google, normally if we take one search engine for example, for if you are finding some services or the products, we are searches with some keywords. Like if you are like looking for buying a shoe, like we are like searching with the what kind of shoes we are looking for and what is the brand is all about. But nowadays, this ChatGPT and this AI modes of the search engines or the Gemini or these platforms are like giving you more like suggestive answers. Like will make you more confident to go visit to this brand and make the final decisions over to it. So the statistics says the overall searches, like the people normally used to normal search engines to visit to the website, this traffic like changes a lot. It has been moved like more than 50% organic traffic is shifted to organic search engines to these LLM platforms. But the challenge is, if we are as a marketer, we optimize the website for using some keywords. Now we are talking about these LLM platforms. The challenge is very bigger, like how we don't have any kind of set of words, that we are having different kind of variations of questions. That if I am searching for a particular service, like 3 or 5 times in a system, the number of ways, the sentences will be changed, so there is no specific terms. So that is the main big challenge for us. So as a marketer, so how do we optimize the websites for this different kind of like LLM platforms? So this presentations will be just a DIY guide for you, for understanding where we have to put our focus, where we have to concentrate, which metrics we should follow, and how we can do the optimizations for the websites to bring your brand or any kind of brand you are working for that will be up in these platforms like ChatGPT and all. So what are the risks if at the present state, if any brand is not appearing in this kind of like LLM platforms, they are losing a lot of potential traffic to their websites. Why? Because the people are searching on ChatGPT and getting some suggestions over there, that if ChatGPT is mentioning some brands, that means it has a database, it has a comparison data of other brands, and then it is suggesting that it make you to visit to that website so that you can make your purchase or whatever you want to do. So if a brand is not having that much of visibility on this kind of platforms, then that is the main risk, that they are losing a lot of potential traffic. So no AI mentions, that means the no visibility. It's just started to begin, and in further few months or few years, we will see there is a lot of, presently the Google search, you can see like there's a AI mode has been added to the searches, but that has not been makes default searches. But who else know that that default searches will be using the AI only? Then where will be the traditional, that blue links list to searches? So there are three terms: AEO, GEO, and SEO. SEO we all know, that is normal search engine optimizations. Then we have came up with new terms, that's AEO and GEO. Why? Because the two things, the differences is very, like fine line differences between the AEO and GEO. AEO means the answer engine optimizations we are doing. We are optimizing not only about just a website, we are building their branding, we're building the identity or entity in like several platforms. All the answers engines, like not only the search engine, like any other platforms like Reddit and all. And the GEO is the generative engine platforms, where the answers of the queries of the, or the questions that people are asking for a particular service or product, that is customizable answers is making for their particular query. So this is the fundamental, and the main differences, like SEO is for just the findability, just your website is listing on some results. AEO is providing the direct answers related to your products or services that you are providing. If your website is not optimized in that much, that the website doesn't have that much of authority of the topical authority and all, then the website will not get able to provide that answers to the AEO platforms. And for GEO is the AI knowledge sources. Like whenever a LLM platform like ChatGPT and Gemini is suggesting any brand, that means they are having such kind of knowledge graph into its database. So from where they're getting that knowledge, right? So we have built these three things are interconnected, and whenever this AI things has came up, lot of SEOs and marketers were talking about like SEO is dead, but it can't be, because SEO is the fundamental thing. Then we are enhancing some of the new features and the advanced features. We are taking the advantages of these LLM platforms to moving forward. So how do we optimize the websites for different LLM platforms? We have to build the knowledge layers. We have to optimize in different layers of analyzing that how these platforms are getting information from your brand, from your websites, how you are presenting your data. That is the main thing. So creating the knowledge layer, there are different steps we will see. So first of all, this is the one of the key layer that has been added, that is, we all know about AI, robot.txt is a very useful file, and is a very common file we know whenever we're using the SEO, because it controls the crawlers of search engines, like where it should crawl, where it should not. But after coming this kind of LLM platforms, this LLMs.txt has been introduced. What does it do? It provides a basic informations to the very specific informations about the services and the products that you are presented on your website in a very simpler format. So what it will save time for the crawlers, it will save resources for the crawlers, so that will give the more advantages to create the first layer of knowledge of a particular brand, of your services or products. Then is entity consistency. What is entity over here? Entity means, for example, a very simple example, I can tell you that one of the example I can remember, some of our fellow has just named this morning itself. Like whenever we're talking about any toothpaste, we take the name as Colgate, right? So Colgate is a name has been imprinted in our brain whenever we think about toothpaste. Another example I can take as Apple. If we search Apple on Google, what comes up? The first, we will see the products of the apple will comes up rather than any fruit. So the entity of that particular brand has been built so strong that has been implemented in the brain of the people that makes the perfect marketing strategy. So that is the thing we have to follow. For the search engine optimizations, we normally focused on the organic searches, like common search terms people uses for like related to the services or products. But we didn't that much of give importance to the brand identity. But for LLMs, we have to give like our full concentration on the brand, creating the brand identity. So entity consistency would be the play the main key role to make the consistency of your brand identity in every places, because the informations are gathering, it is not only from your website, but also the overall platforms that your website is presented with all its data. So what we have to do, we have to keep consistent in all kind of platforms that we are creating, that we are using for like optimizing our websites for different platforms. Then maintain consistent messaging. What are the key message through our business? What is the key USPs we have? Why we are different from other competitors? That for if we take an example of our company, ThatWare, we are also an SEO agency, and you will find like thousands of SEO agencies and lakhs of SEO agencies all over the world. But there should be something different. We have the differentiation is we do have the patent of AI SEO strategies that since 2017, whenever this AI things has not come up in the market, we did the analysis, we do our experimental thing, and we put our main concentration with our main USP on the AI SEO thing. So in that way, whenever we optimize for any brand, whatever the clients we have, the websites we have that we are going to optimize for, then we need to clear in mind what are the specific messages we just want to convey. We have to be consistent in every platform in our websites and also for the every websites. Then modular content framework, what is it? So for doing the SEO or like anything we are talking about, the ultimate thing is about content, right? Whatever we are doing, what experiments we are doing, that is on the content, because the informations are gathered and retrieved from the content itself. That's what we are presenting in our websites in different formats. Maybe it's in our service pages, maybe it's in our blogs or anything, but what should be the actual like well-structured formatted content that should be preferable by LLM platforms, because it's not the time of creating thousands or 2,000s of words of a blog for presenting one concept, because people don't have that much of time, or people don't want to waste their energies to just find one information for reading 1,000 words of blog. So we need to structurize a proper way so that in minimum time we can provide maximum value, so that can be retrieved and provide the opportunities to create the proper and direct answers to the users that are asking for any particular brand, for a particular service, or any particular product. So this is a simple structure. Like we have to create a very specific formatted short paragraphs while we are crafting the contents, like 75 to 300. Why these specific numbers we have put? There should be something reason, right? Because we have experimented more than 1,000 websites of pulling up the data, creating different structures of content, how that content has been retrieved, what kind of citations and the AI embeddings we have gained. So this range of numbers have given us like maximum number of gaining in the visibility of for the AI embeddings from different platforms. So that's why we have kept it, so that we can use for your own practices or for other brands too, for creating the content. Self-content means that whenever we are creating a content, each and every structure or piece of paragraph should direct answer of a problem that the people are asking for, the people are facing, that directly connected to your product or service. So that is the main thing, because if I am providing a lot of informations that is not properly structured and that doesn't go to a proper goal, then it doesn't mean that the AI can get the informations and create the proper answer. Then AI first UX. So AI first UX is like, it should be well-performed website. That means the performance score, how it loads, that is the basic part that we learn or we do practice as a marketer or like search engine optimizer. But AI first UX tells that start with direct answers, like in the first fold, the first two fold of the page of any website we know is the most important part. So we have sometimes for creating some like fascinating banners and all, that gives look very good, but that doesn't help us to provide some direct direct answers or the informations that can be helpful for the users that are asking for. So then 30 to 50 word summaries. So this 30 to 50 word summaries can be directly indexed, which is also called passage indexing concept. So can be directly indexed to the CRPs and also can be fetched to the LLM platforms. And it will help to improve snippet chances. What is snippets? Whenever we searches on Google, we'll see normal traditional results and also some feature results with different formats, right? Images, shopping feeds, and something like that. So in AI platforms also, if we search like similar things on ChatGPT, and we can get different type of structure of answers, right? Sometimes we are getting a list of text, sometimes we are getting a list of images of that. So making those possible, so we need to structurize and format those things to our website. Then statistical anchors, what is it? It means that whenever we are talking about something in our content, we must provide the data actually related to that product or services that can be comparable when the user comes to you and surfing something like that similar, and they are also having a lot of options, like they like performing well in the market. So they will also get some confusions like why we should take the service from this company. That's why we have to be clear on our data, whatever we are providing there. If we provide some statistical data and create the proper anchors so that people will more engage to your content, increase your engagement rate, and that will help you to more getting the LLM's visibility. Then quotable passages. So the quotable passages is also another part of the passage indexing. Just I have briefed that if we are structuring our content a proper way and we are preparing our like small paragraphs that provides all the necessary informations towards a particular problem, then it will help to increase the quotable passages in different platforms. Then building your entity and PR. So we are presently talk about a lot of structurized things for the websites that we can do and nurture. So I have given some ideas that's theoretical and the points that we have to keep in mind while we create the contents and structurize our website. But also, it is not only about the website that you are providing the informations. I'm good enough. I have a lot of potentiality in our brand, and I have created a lot of informative stuff in my website, but that doesn't have that much of authoritative sources who are referring, like any other websites that they doesn't referring to my brand in the same niche, so that will not create or help us to gaining the AI visibility or the LLM visibility. So here the building your entity in the PRs, that will be another like very important factor. So like third-party validation, that means we have to gain some authoritative websites backlinks, not using just creating the simple contextual links. It will be sharing the valuable contents over that platforms as well, the same structure that I have shared right before. Then the authority signals and multi-platform presence will help us that whenever the websites get retrieved or all the information surfaced by that LLM platforms, they are also getting some signals of those popular platforms like Reddit and like Quora, those kind of platforms, because those are UGC platforms. Real people are talk about real problems about services and the products. So if our brand is getting more attentions on that kind of field, so that will be really helpful for gaining the real authority from that sources. So these were the very fundamental areas that we have to cover and we have to follow to optimize any website for gaining the visibility on LLM platforms. Now what we have to track. So for SEO, we can track as for the metrics, like we can track the rankings, what are the keywords are ranking for a particular website, or what are the number of users we are getting from there. But for AI, there is no such kind of tools presently. Those are providing actual data, like how much citations you are gaining, how much visibility you have gained. Yes, you can get some numbers from Shemras or HubSpot AI grader, but that doesn't enough. You have to be consistent of whatever the prompts we are using, whatever the long-term queries we are using for solving the people's problem that can help us to gain LLM platforms. That has to be monitored and tracked properly to measure the actual impact that we have created to present that brand on the LLM platforms. Citation audit. So what does it mean by citations over here? That means like whenever we are searching ChatGPT or Gemini, you will see normally that you will get some answers, and also some websites were used as a resources. So if any information that has been retrieved from my website, and if I am not cited over there, so there will be no actual game changing for me, because we are not getting any visibility or the traffic from that platform. So we are losing over there also. So we have to make sure that whatever the citations we are building, that will be reflected in the AI platforms too. So yeah, here's come to the conclusions of the concepts, like how we can optimize our websites or any websites for any LLM platforms. The key areas we have learned, but the next session that you will learn that what are the practical implementations of the technologies, or whatever I say, that will be helpful for creating the tech stack of your website to building the LLM platforms. So thank you, everyone.
All right, so a big round of applause for Indranil for delivering a wonderful presentation. So any questions we have? Quite interesting topic here.
Hi, thank you so much for the very insightful talk. It's the first time I'm delving into LLMs in terms of the marketing side of things, especially regarding to SEO, and in this case you said GEO and AO. So you talked about the modular side of things. Were you referring to the modular in the LLMs.txt, or are you talking about the content of the website?
No, I'm talking about the content of the website that has been provided. So whenever we are using the informations in the LLMs.txt, because you cannot provide a lot of information over there, right? Because a very restrictive structure. So you need to put the basic things and the main differentiative informations that can be used for comparison the other platforms. That information can be given to the LLMs.txt file, but whenever they're talking about the modularity of the content structure, that is only for the pages that you are targeting to be ranked or getting cited on the LLM platforms.
Right. So the LLMs.txt, how long should it be usually?
There's not such kind of limits presently, because that file has been introduced very recently and it was not actually practically practiced. So it is as the practice of this GEO and AEO things, the LLMs.txt has been introduced with some other tools. So there is no such kind of restrictions of having
has there been any actual difference in actually using LLMs.txt inside the website, or because as you said, it's not being used so much right now?
That's a really
should
really
we actually use it right now? Should we actually use it?
So if we don't implement the LLMs.txt, will be there any kind of impact or not, right? So any AI platform, any LLM platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini and all those platforms are already having the database there of the websites. Those are present online. They are getting the data from the search engines. But we are creating LLMs.txt just for creating an opportunity to save the time and the resources of the crawlers that are used by that LLM platforms. That will save to crawl rates and the crawl budgets of the website, so that will be helpful to gain more attention to it. That is the main difference.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So do we have anyone? Okay. Jeez.
Hi, my name is Asia.
Hi.
I'm a digital marketer. So my question is that, is there a possibility for LLMs to have ads in the future? I know that OpenAI is currently doing testing, so just your thoughts for that.
Yeah, of course. I think that there will be some introduction of ads in LLM platforms as well, but they are mostly focused on organic because the search scenario not has been changed that much. What has thought whenever this AI platforms has been introduced. But in upcoming days, definitely we will get some ads related thing in LLM platforms as well.
All right, so can we have a big round of applause for Indranil
Thank you
with
everyone.
delivering a wonderful and a new presentation on definitive guide to LLM optimization. So can you come forward for the quick photograph? Please come in center.